It was great to have a job that she was good at and loved. The lift doors opened to the 20th floor with a ding. Devon walked out with a smile in place. She enjoyed hearing the hum of the office as everyone went about his or her tasks. From the moment she'd first walked into the Kivor offices 6 years earlier, she'd known the company was where she would make a name for herself. There was something about the building and the people. Kivor wasn't just one of the top technological companies in the UK. They were amongst leaders in the world, and she was proud to be a part of it. It was because of the leadership that she had excelled, had been allowed to continue climbing the corporate ladder as if she were the only one on it. Nothing was going to prevent her from being CEO one day. It was simply a matter of time. "Morning, Devon," Stacy said. She smiled at her secretary. "Good morning. Did everything come in for the meeting tomorrow?" "It sure did," Stacy replied as she followed Devon into the office. "I put it on your desk." Devon hung up her purse on the coat rack, followed by her jacket. Then she made her way to the desk. As soon as she saw the black folder with gold lettering, she smiled. She pulled out her chair and sank into it as she lifted the file. "You're going to kick ass tomorrow," Stacy stated. She certainly hoped so. The next promotion would move her to the 25th floor, that much closer to the top. She'd been working and preparing for the past 3 months for the meeting. Running her fingers over the embossed lettering on the front flap, she felt calm and more than ready to face the roomful of top executives, including the current CEO, Stanley Upton. But that was tomorrow. Today, she had to continue with her current position. She set the folder to the side and lifted her face to Stacy. "What's first on the agenda today?" "I moved your schedule around to accommodate a meeting with Madeline Sharp from accounting after lunch. She wanted to go over some figures for your department." "That's fine. Before my 9:30 meeting with my senior officers, get me the reports so I can compare the 6 teams." Stacy turned and walked to her desk, saying over her shoulder, "I printed them out yesterday before I left. Let me get them." Moments later, the reports were in front of her. Devon hadn't continued to rise through the company by allowing her teams to fail. She was tough, but she considered herself fair. When a person or team struggled, she was more than ready to help them find the cause and work through it. Most times, it was all that was needed to get people back on track. However, there were times it didn't work, and someone had to be let go. That was the part she hated about her job. Delivering that kind of news ruined everyone's day. But the fact of the matter was, not everyone had the same kind of drive that she did. Not everyone loved their careers like she did. For 90% of the population, their jobs were simply a means to earn money. Only 10% actually enjoyed what they did. She wished everyone could love their occupations. It made life so much sweeter. She had good friends and an amazing profession. There was just one thing missing: romance. Devon grabbed the top report and scanned the numbers, but she couldn't concentrate. Her mind was on the miserable date she'd had the night before. Needing something to help her deal with the part of her life she couldn't seem to get right, she signed onto her computer and pulled up her favorite blog, the Adventures of a Dating Failure. The blog had begun about a year before and became an internet sensation. No one knew who created it, and no amount of searches had led anyone to the source of the candid and sometimes hilarious stories of a single woman in today's dating culture. The blog was such a hit that it had been featured in news stories worldwide. What made it so wonderful was that the writer laid it all out there: the so-so, the bad, the ugly, and the truly awful. So many of the writer's dates had gone as bad as Devon's. It helped her feel like less of a disaster in that department. How could she be so successful in her career and so terrible?